Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I will be reviewing for you an African violet called Ness Orange Pekoe. This variety was hybridized by Don Ness, the author of all Ness African violet hybrids. Ness Orange Pekoe has a very interesting name. I knew that the first part, Ness, stands for the name of the hybridizer, and the Orange Pekoe has always reminded me of the tea variety name, but I wasn't sure. So I looked it up, and indeed, Orange Pekoe refers to one of the finest teas originating in India and Ceylon or Sri Lanka, the kind of tea that is produced from the top buds of the tea plant, which in native language are called pekoe. And orange in Orange Pekoe refers not to the color, but to the Dutch noble house of Orange-Nassau, which brought the tea over to Europe during the 18th century. So Orange Pekoe is the tea grade that is associated with the Dutch royalty. When this plant started blooming, and I saw the amber glow in the blooms, then I realized why it's associated visually with the golden color of the fine tea and why it got its name, Ness Orange Pekoe. It has earthy, natural color palette because of the beautiful amber coral colored blooms and the variegated with beige in pink or cream in pink foliage. I grew this plant from a leaf that I received from the Tropical World Nursery last year in May of 2019. Ness Orange Pekoe is a large standard variety, and large standards are known to grow above 16 inches across when they reach adult age. This is a young plant, and it has now reached about 8 inches across the rosette, and it is growing in a 3.5-inch pot. The leaves are dark green, scalloped, and with red reverse. And as I mentioned, they have pink and cream variegation. The variegation shows at a very young age, and that's what I also like about this variety. And here are a couple of starter plants that just started blooming, and they're so young and they already show perfect distinct variegation on the leaves. This plant has now begun its first blooming cycle. The blooms are described as semi-double and double coral large pansies. They appear also to have frilled edge, and it's slightly frilled, but you can definitely see the frill on the older blooms in particular. And here they are in comparison to a dime coin. I hope they get larger in the second blooming cycle. I'm growing this plant under the artificial light, the LED light, and so it does not quite show the intensity of the color pigment that I had hoped, because I've seen the pictures with deeper coral color. So I will try moving it to the natural light and see if the color pigment intensifies. So the most intensity is shown on the older blooms, and the younger blooms are still lighter in color. The bloom stalks are tall and they carry multiple flower buds. For example, this one has 6 blooms, 6 flowers on a single bloom stalk. It's a beautiful plant. The temperature in my growing environment is 79. It has reached its peak, and I use the air conditioning system that does not let it go above 79, and the lowest setting is 65 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter time. The humidity is now 55%, and at night it was 71% because I was running the humidifier, because I noticed that some of the varieties prefer higher humidity levels. I grow this plant on a wick, and it receives the fertilizer that I had shown in my previous videos. It's called Dina Grow Liquid Plant Food at 7:9:5 ratio of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And it has some minerals on the back label that are helpful to growing African violets. So here it is again, Ness Orange Pekoe by Don Ness. I hope you enjoyed this variety as much as I do. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay safe and be well. And if you'd like to stay tuned to my future videos, please subscribe.